Well, howdiddly ho, everybody. Welcome in. I definitely wasn't just waiting for FM26 to load up and it wasn't taking forever. So good times were had by all. Hi, Liam. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Welcome in. We are about, once I get everything in the right position, to finally tick over and take over the mighty Millwall. Little League results were set. Ticket is Saturday. It's completely sold out. I thought we wouldn't sell out, so that backfired. It's a shame. I keep an eye out. There might be some late tickets released. Is the best I can give you. It's Sunday as well, so that's always good. Evening, Simon. Welcome in, and indeed, welcome everybody. Once we tick over through this lovely bit of processing to Millwall. Good times had by all. Millwall has arrived. We are in the Championship. We are bottom of the Championship. We are 5 points from survival. And things are going wrong, which is good. Great stuff. So, XG-wise, we should be higher though. So that's always a good start. But yeah, hope everyone is well and ready to go. It's going to be a reasonably short stream tonight just because I have to be up early, because it is actually this Wednesday I have to be up early, not last Wednesday like I thought. Oh, hello, there's a good defensive midfielder coming in the youth intake there. That's nice, that's lovely to see. We're happy with that. Choose Millwall club captain. Well, I've only just got here, but we'll have a look and see who's there. I don't know if I want the fickle guy as a captain, I'll be honest. I think, is this the first choice goalkeeper? No. Well, he could be, we don't know yet. What's his personality like? Resilient, he can be our vice captain. Warn about removing captaincy from that guy. Perfect. Lovely. Now I can have the other fella as the captain. We'll put... Is he going to play? Probably not. Okay. This could have been a bad choice. Steve Hurst, are you playing? Jeez, apparently no one who can captain that. Maybe it's a lack of leadership that's the reason we're not doing anything. Right, Jacob Facida can be our vice captain. Why not? That makes sense, I suppose. Where is he on the list? Go. Good stuff. Welcome to captaincy. Good stuff. And that's our first big decision made, I suppose, in charge of Millwall. Let's go have a look at the squad. In fact, let's set up the tactic. Let's just set up the tactic. I'm just going to load in the one we've been using, but we'll go through the motions because, why would we not? I guess because it'd be too easy just to put a load button down there, wouldn't it? Now I've got a tactic I like that uses. That I've been using will make that work. Right, squad. Let's have a look. See what our best 11 looks like with our current squad. That's a very good squad. How are they not higher up the table? We need to get Jimmy Broadley learning centre mid because I'm not going to use a defensive mid, but that's alright. That's not the end of the world at all. Get him learning that, so that's a good start. He's a leading championship player too, so we are going to force him to learn it. What else have we got? We've got a centre half who is under bid for free from Oxford. Excellent. Thomas Barnes, wanted by Beijing Wan. I'll be honest, did they want him? They can have him. Stick him on a transfer list because he's probably not going to make it there. I mean, we have got, it looks like, quite an old squad kicking about, which isn't ideal for us. Welcome in, Charlie. Who else have we got that we probably don't need? We'll stick him on a transfer list just to clear. Welcome in. I mean, I'm the one who's here. What? I am confused. Right, you can go for sure. You might be good for a loan out. You are out for a few weeks unwanted. Lovely. Nope, we've just changed club. We left off the last journey stream with us having just accepted the job in charge of Millwall. And then, well, here we are at Millwall. Well, we're changing clubs every, like, couple of seasons, more or less. But it is really a case of we're trying to upward trajectory and whatnot. So it sort of makes sense, right? Is there anything good in our reserves? Oh, hello, Florian Rennell. You can come up. We'll bring up Ben Pollock, because that just seems to make sense. He should be out on loan. Frankly. Actually, all of those guys should be out on loan. Realistically, shouldn't they? If we're being quite honest, they should all be on loan somewhere. I am right behind the director's box on Sunday, Liam. Right behind the director's box. That was where I could get. So I went for... Charlie, are you... what's the nice way of putting this? Off the meds. I'm going to be honest, I don't think FM26 has all the bugs fixed. Because that's not Emma. Very possible the bugs aren't fixed. Good times. Great times. Right, budget-wise, because we're in January, what have we got to reinforce the squad with? Absolutely bobbins. Great stuff. So we're selling to buy. Are our scouts doing anything? I guess they're doing something. Ooh. What's wrong with you then? I don't see what's wrong with him. Why would we not sign that fella? Has he got a bad personality hiding somewhere? Doesn't feel comfortable in big matches, but it does not hate big matches. He's consistent. I think we'll take him. I think we'll make that happen. I think that is a very good first signing. £500,000 a year. Sure, he'll take it. Good. Because hopefully we're going to replace some bodies. We've got a couple of days for our first game in charge, which, you know, just to make life really easy for us, is the third round of the FA Cup against Arsenal. So you've got to love when we start off with a small game with no importance attached to it. That's always good. Why are you upset? Wants to go on loan for playing time. I mean, if you're going to be a problem, you can just go out and play somewhere else for your playing time, and that's that problem solved. It will mean I need a right back, but needs must. Needs must is kind of how that will go. Let's have a look now. This fella I probably want to get rid of because he's never going to be a goal scorer at the top or at this level. So he can go for sure. He can also go because what I'm seeing here is some low concentration numbers, which tells me what I've not got here is people who are going to score goals for me, which is a problem. So we'll let those guys go. He's cup tied. Why is he cup tied? Okay, so we're going to have a lack of a goal scorer, which is going to just exacerbate my need to sell some players as fast as I can. Got a couple of loan spots. Can we find a striker, maybe? A lone striker. That'd be nice. just to take some of the sting away. Like a fella from Manchester City would do. 1 cap, 1 goal for Scotland. He's probably going to score some goals. I don't see what's wrong with that kid. I don't see what could possibly be wrong with him. Except he wants all the wages. Alright, we'll keep an eye on that. He's possibly alright. Again, they want all of our wage budget for him, or more wage budget for him than we can get. We appear to be just spamming commands, which I guess is totally normal now. Overton, are you any good? Not the worst, but it wouldn't be the first one I would pick. Alright, so it's looking like we've got to move people out to move people in. Which is fine. Which is fine. It's perfectly acceptable stuff. Got people coming in with bids for players, which is also perfectly acceptable stuff. Yes. Because if I've loan listed you, you're going. All the wages paid there too. That's nice. That'll free up some space. Yep. All the wages for you too. It's just our 17-year-olds they want. That's, I suppose, a start. We'll let that go. You can clearly go home. You've got a cold, and you can... Oh no, you're the right winger we probably want to keep. So I guess we'll continue that one. That's probably a good start. So Millwall up as the first victims then, I guess. Sorry, Arsenal, English. Obviously, Arsenal. That's the plan. I've been baking again. I just needed it. I'm not worried about set pieces for now. You can pick my code of conduct. Oh, you make me actually complete the induction. Oh. I'm sure that'll work. Yeah, because we got an insane offer. So, you know, we've if we're going to make this a proper journeyman, basically my thinking is if we get offered an insane offer, we should take it, right? And I know there's an inclination to say Millwall's not an insane offer, but we were on £90,000 a year with St Mirren. And these guys have decided that we should get 470k. So there we go. I'm not sure why Harrison thinks I'm not seeing the messages that they are posting them retracting. Seems like a wild choice. So there we go, problem solved. That's Dinny come back. It does, but it's good money. It puts us in a shop window. Like, if we can keep Millwall up, we'll be in a good position. I mean, we did want the Crystal Palace job, but they just walked away after interviewing us. I mean, these enemies are never exciting, are they? Good. Excellent stuff. Meet the players. Hi guys, we're going to stay up this year. That's our plan. We would like to stay up. And it's not out of the question that we could get semi-comfortably mid-table in 20 games. I'd say playoffs is out of the question, but mid-table's not. So that feels like a good place to start. Hopefully we'll pull it off. I should actually check what the form has been like. No. No, there is no real money to splash. I found a free agent to add to the midfield. My plan is to move out as many players as I can, either on transfer or loan, and just build something I can use. Like, this fella wants to go, so if we can make that happen, that's fine. Ooh. There might be some value in the goalkeeper. See if we can find anyone that wants to move on rapidly. I made a mistake selling him, but we'll see what we can do. And there might be a chance we can get an offer for him. Good. I was hoping we'd get a fee for him, but we'll try our best. Try and get a bid for him too. Doesn't have an agent, that's a great start. Same for him, maybe bids? Nope. Alright, that should do for now. I mean, realistically, if we can just free up a little bit of wage budget for the guy, or for a bit, then we should be fine. Let's see what Quick Pick says. I suspect we probably... I suppose we should risk him. How long has he left? Tomorrow? Okay. We'll go with that. Coverage on the bench. We've got left back, centre back, right back, another centre back, midfielder, striker, two wingers. Who's not available? I'll stick Coimbra on the bench for the goalkeeper. Yeah. Why not? Start with that. 75 minutes for one of our centre halves is a great start, but it's fine. You know what? We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Hi, Alex. We are clearly playing FM26. Not sure what else to tell you. Account created 1 minute ago. Well, that was worthwhile. That was worthwhile. Thank you, Mariners. Welcome in. Yeah, 1 minute ago that account was created. Liam. Ooh. I need an assistant manager. Otherwise I'm going to be forced to make my own choices, which we all know is not a great idea. But yeah, welcome in. Lovely to see you around here, Mariners, and welcome in. I will give you a shout out in a second because I have to dig out your proper channel name. Thank you for the follow. Let me do it while I remember. We'll go. Okay, watch me fail to find stuff on Twitch. There we go, the magic of Twitch. Yeah, it's alright, Sonus. So if you're not already following Mariners, that's Mariners' other account, the writing channel. If you'd like to do some following, show some love. Mariners is one of Book's lovely mods, and Yoon, who you'll occasionally see pop up in chat, and one of the fellow crossovers between the world of writing and the world of footballing manager. You do need to get back into FM. You should get involved. Get back into it. Oh, can we not do that? Well, we're always fighting uphill starting our time at Millwall or the game against Arsenal, I suppose. But yeah, do go give Mariners a follow. Because, you know, we like to encourage artisticism as well as footballingism. It's always a lovely thing for us to be able to do. We can break the stereotype of football fans not enjoying the arts or whatever. But yeah, absolutely should get back into FM. 26 has been more or less fixed, give or take. Aside from the fact that we, for some reason, have a goalkeeper called Emma, which I'm sure is just a database issue, but still quite amusing. Unless, of course, Sports Interactive are trying to make a political statement, in which case they can fuck off, but I'm sure they're not. I think anyone at Sports Interactive is a dick, so... I have really got to stop baking. Maybe that should be a channel reward for a certain amount of points no baking for a week. Okay, We're not embarrassing ourselves yet. Early days, we're not embarrassing ourselves yet. Plus, we're obviously in that difficult period where we don't really know anything about any of these players because we've just got here. So, enjoying TW recently at TNA. A lot of people are getting into TW recently. It's lovely to see. I'd like to do more of it, but it's very time consuming as content. It's very time consuming as a game, to be honest, but for me to do it as content is very time consuming. Which is a shame. Was you trying on WWE? It's too many shows for it? Yeah. Perfectly valid. But there are a couple of shows I've done on my YouTube, but it's like 10-20 hours prep for a 1 hour video, and it's just too much prep. Like if the videos were doing 1,000 views each, then maybe I would do more, but I don't know. And like, yeah, I couldn't do like a WWE one because I would have that would be 60 hours of my week gone, and it would drive me insane, and I'd get very upset. Which is a shame, because it's the only real chance I get to scratch the booking itch these days. I find it's really hard to find promoters who don't think they're Paul Heyman and want to book themselves, even though they usually don't have the foggiest what they're doing in real life. Or B, it's too expensive to do my own thing and demonstrate that I do in fact know what I'm doing. So talking of which, I've watched my 1 week of post WrestleMania WWE programming this year, and fuck me, I didn't know it was possible to drop that many balls at once. I did not know it was possible to book that badly. Truly blew my mind. And it takes a lot to book badly enough that I just sit there going, the fuck am I watching? But I did that throughout the week. None of it made sense. It was quite upsetting. Come on, have a goal. Alright, we're not having a goal. Going out 1-0 to Arsenal though on our first game in charge, I don't think is overly embarrassing. Obviously we score now, then absolute scenes. But it's not impossible that we could make something happen, I guess. Maybe. Could we make something happen? No. No, we can't. No, we can't. Well, do you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I'd say we did pretty well. And also that we need to go and sort out the staff situation, because not having an assistant manager is very inconvenient. Because I cannot imagine a club the size of Millwall, I'm going to have to be saving a great deal of money. But I am going to have to sort this form out, And the form is suspect at best right now, from what we can tell. I mean, hence us being put in charge and bottom of the table, obviously. But, you know, we have to make a miracle happen. And to make a miracle happen, we're going to have to find some players and some form and some magic. And potentially some money if we can find any value in the squad at all. Confirm transfer. I'll buy then. Love it. They've both gone. That's going to free up about 30 quid. What's that? 100% of his wage. That's 16 grand a week saved. And then you are another 16 grand a week saved. Lovely. Look at us getting rich quick. Doesn't solve the problem if we need a goal scorer, but if it solves the problem of we need a bit of cash, that's a good start. Hull's the first game in anger. They're in 17th in the championship, I believe, so yeah, they might be a team we can get a result against as we start to rebuild this Millwall side into something a little bit more respectable. Actually, we should have a look and see what their pre-season prediction was like, shouldn't we? That's probably a good idea. Ooh. Hang on now. I'm going to say no, because that's not enough money. You all say yes to, because you're leaving regardless. And you guys, yeah, we'll take 300k for that guy. That should all come in very useful. I'm sure there are other players on the out of contract list that we can make things use. Yeah, among other things, yeah. So that's the book that came out in January, and it's very much a story of hardship. Without putting too fine up, it's a story of hardship, but also a story of hope and other things. Thank you very much. Do enjoy a good cover arting. Looks even better in shiny. Just throw it out there. Looks slightly better in shiny hardback. Since we know the strike, we'll take some strikers on trial who have played a reasonable level, just in case there's a bit of value hiding there somewhere. You never know. You never know where your dream striker is going to come from. 6'6" striker, the man of my dreams. My word. I hope he's good, because we'll have a 6'6" striker. Random Libyan, 112 caps, 16 goals as a striker. Does not fill me with confidence, given the general quality of the teams Libya are going to play against. I'll be honest. I saw Birmingham. There we go. Birmingham, ex-Birmingham. Simon Babajide. So all these guys might be rubbish. It's entirely possible, but we do need some. We do need some strikers for sure. We'll take off strikers for it as a search for now. What else is? Oh, we do have him coming in. Leandro Gonçalves. We'll take a look at all these guys that have A ratings, just to be on the safe side with them. And then if we do a little last club look, anything gonna jump out, as I should be giving them a fighting chance to get back into football. I'm looking for your Liverpools, your Manchester clubs. Well, except Bristol City, but we shouldn't. Where are you at? Probably probably not special, but we'll have a look. I was going to say, oh, Burnley player, and then I remembered Burnley are in the 4th division, or the 4th tier. So they're probably not producing much in the way of quality youngsters, or they'd be in the squads. So let's not get overexcited by that. Anything Manchester, Liverpool. I'll accept a half-decent London club. Ooh. What's wrong with him? He's got no technicals. He's got some technicals. Who's he wanted by? He might be worth a look. And he might be worth a look if we're lucky. Roman Rocco. Yeah, let's have a look. Right. That wasn't a Liverpool or a Manchester club at all. So that's gone really well. Liverpool or Manchester clubs, please. For a cheeky footballer that can deliver some glory to us. Nothing Liverpool-y. Nothing Manchester or Newcastle. I think we looked at him when we were at St Mirren. And him, maybe? Having a look, just to recontextualise them in my head. Anything else going to jump out? Tottenham or West Ham, maybe? Always a West Ham. We've got that one coming in. We'll take him in for a look as well. Oh, we've got him coming in. Good. Love it. Right. Because it'd be very, very nice if we could have a player of some reasonable quality to go up top. And make a little bit of cash back in the process. That would definitely help. Benny Jackson Dede leaving to join Stoke is a lovely bit of confluence for us, because he was a pain when he was managing St Johnstone last season, so the fact he's followed us straight to England is probably something I should worry about, but not immediately. Let's just see if any of these guys we're getting on trial are of any help to us, because if they are, maybe we're cooking just a bit. Maybe we're cooking just a tad, as we do. Alright, Babajide's got a bit of potential, but no concentration. So he can go, because the concentration is why we're not scoring goals, would be my guess. Lepic. Give him a bit more time to cook, see how he looks. Johnny O'Sheen. Sorry, welcome. Bear with a second. Bear with a second. Turkmenistani man. No, I'm not Tajikistani. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not Tajikistani. Right, Johnny Asheen. Maybe. We'll see how he looks. Roman Rockwell's probably not our guy, but we'll make do. Goldsworthy's a forward to start. That concentration needs to get to the top end of there, and I would give him a consideration, because finding any strikers in FM26 that can concentrate is a nightmare. He has played for West Ham in the Premier League, and only as a sub, but he has scored a handful of goals. What's his personality like? Enjoys big matches. If you're not from Tajikistan, can I encourage you to check your ancestry? You're the most Soviet-looking man I have ever seen. Chat, do I look Soviet? We'll ignore the other bit. Do I look Soviet? It's a question I feel like I have to ask. Leo doesn't think so. I'd be astounded if I was Turkmenistan, largely because the vast majority of my ancestry is either very English or very generically Celtic. So thoughts on D4VD getting arrested? I guess that sort of sums up my thoughts. I don't know who D4VD is, and if he's got arrested, good for him. Charged with first-degree murder over death of teenage girl. Someone died of multiple penetrating injuries. Found dead in the trunk of D4VD's Tesla. So he owned a Tesla, so he already knew he was a twat. The fact he's also apparently been found with a significant amount of child abuse images tracks with him owning a Tesla. Based on the very little I know about this guy, I'm going to say fuck him. If anyone wants to disagree with that sentiment, you feel free. But I think we can all safely, with that brief summary of the man's life, probably agree on fuck him. Let him burn would be my reaction to having read a very brief synopsis of his recent misadventures. I think I can strongly say fuck him. Oh, hello. Interesting intelligence for year test now, sort of 16 people you look exactly like. I mean, I do have generic face. The number of times I've been told people have randomly spotted my doppelganger. Oh yeah, we've been on a mission. I will walk you through it in a second. Let me just finish assessing these potential new signings for suitability. There's no one exciting me, I'll be honest. Actually, he's 6'5" and 42 goals in, 24 goals in 4. Why is he released? Why would you release that guy? Are you stupid? Absolutely taking him. It has been a bit of a world cruise. We've been on an adventure together, and it was yes, a rare one. I will admit it was a rare one. But basically, if we I say we're nice to be English, so lucky us took this time when we go to the sport of football. It's okay, neither will England, don't worry. So we start off in Greece. Oh, more clubs than Rory McIlroy. We start off in Greece in the second tier with Iliopoli. Accidentally got relegated because we didn't realise we had a 5'4" goalkeeper until like the last game of the season. Then we went to Hemel Hempstead Town, did quite well, got to the final of the FA Trophy and the playoff final, and I believe won neither. I don't know, won neither, there's no trophy there. So we went on a bit of a mission to Dumbarton in Scotland. Well, we finished 5th, and we were supposed to finish top, and I may have got a bit frustrated and decided we'd go on a bit of a trek to Tahiti. So we got promoted in Tahiti. We won the Tahitian Cup a couple of times, but never managed to win the league, which was frustrating. So we went to Wales, where we got another trophy with Cardiff Draconians. Then on to Srinidhi in India, and we won a bunch of awards but no trophies. So we went to Spain, where we joined Escobedo. We were there for a couple of years, and we kept getting to the playoff finals and then not actually winning the playoffs, which was upsetting. And then we dropped south of the border to Dunbar and TT is a normal progression. They are basically the same place. We went to Gibraltar, turned links right around, and then Cambridge came and poached us from Links. So we got them promoted from League 2, and then in League 1 we were top when St Mirren came calling, and we took them off from basically bottom of the SPL, left them in 5th, and then got a job at Millwall is the rundown. Bear with, I think I'm trying to bang on my door. Apologies, guys. My lovely neighbour just checking in with some stuff. Well, that was great timing. They can immediately get banned. I don't know what Oxybuy is, and I never want to find out. So there we go. Right. Where was it? Yeah. So we had a bit of a journey, had a bit of a mission, and I would like us to avoid relegation. Beat the drop. Good. That's what we like to hear. Beat the drop, and they are happy with it. Promises, I will be trying to improve the quality of striker. Okay, cool. They didn't care. Excellent. Love it. Glad we did that meeting. I'm sure it's really helped us. Hopefully we'll get a striker who can strike. Striking, you know, goals. That's the word. Word was goals. Hopefully you can get a striker who can find the goals. That'd be nice. Drag us off the bottom of the table. Make something hopefully wonderful happen. And hopefully we'll clear out some squad space, get in some upgrades in the areas we need upgrades. Wrestling story. Ooh. Rey Mysterio Jr. That is a cool, yeah. A wrestling story about Rey Mysterio Jr. never really encountered Ray. So let me see if Ray's one of those people who's hi. Ray's one of those people who has not. He doesn't really have any big controversies. Um, the best Rey Mysterio. The best Rey Mysterio story I think I have. No, sort of. Sort of. Rey Mysterio was in the ring with El Hijo de Paraguayo, the son of Paraguayo, who was the biggest bad guy in Mexico for years. Hit him with a 619, and simultaneously, because I don't think it was one or the other, I believe after taking the 619 he had a heart attack. But I could be wrong. It was like 15 years ago, so I don't remember all the details, or 10 years ago, whenever it was. So that is a Rey Mysterio story. The other Rey Mysterio story is that some people who've been wrestling fans for a long time, since the 90s, will be aware there was a very brief time where Rey Mysterio wrestled without his mask. And now Mexican wrestling tradition says that once you have lost your mask, you are not allowed to put it back on again, just per tradition. When Rey came to WWE, he wanted to, as you might imagine, put his mask back on because he looks like a 10-year-old without it on. So he had to go and ask the council that controls Mexican wrestling. There's a whole professional council of Lucha Libre for permission to put his mask back on. And because he hadn't officially lost it in a match, he was given permission to wear the mask again. But it's very rare you get that permission. It wasn't Ray's fault, essentially, that El Hijo de Paraguayo died. He was not. How do I put this? I don't like speaking ill of the dead. Not just because it's disrespectful, but because it feels dirty. He was not known for being the cleanest living guy in the world, I think is the nicest way to put it. Like it wasn't like Ray kicked him and he died and it was Ray's fault. It was that a lot of sort of ticking time bombs connected together. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the TLDR is that Ray hit him with the 619 and he had a heart attack and was dead shortly thereafter. I've never seen Ray speak at length about it, which I guess makes sense because it's quite a traumatic thing to go to. They were friends as well. So I don't know anything really beyond that. But yeah, it's difficult for me to properly break down that as a Ray story because I don't feel like I know, and I could do research and find out, but it's one of those it's not my business and I can't fix it situations. But yeah, I can certainly I can share the story of how he got his mask back. I can share the story of there being multiple Rey Mysterios. So Rey Mysterio Jr., who is the Rey Mysterio in WWE. Hey Benny, welcome in. Is one of at least 4 that I know of, because there is obviously Rey Mysterio Jr., there is El Hijo de Rey Mysterio, who is the son of Rey Mysterio's uncle, the original Rey Mysterio, and there is in fact now an El Hijo de Rey Mysterio, who is the son of Rey Mysterio. It's very confusing. I'm good, Benny. How are you? Shout out for Benny. If you're not following Benny, do be doing that, because Benny is a legend. I don't know if he hears that enough, except like from me constantly. But Benny's a legend, and you all should be following This week can eat shit up. What's been happening? The only thing I'm aware of happening in your neck of the woods is there has been some kind of NHL hockeying going on. But obviously you are an Oilers man, not a Flyers man, so... Or a Penguins fan. They're like opposite halves of Philadelphia, aren't they? I don't know, I can't keep up. My brain is made of fluff. So it could be one or t'other, but either way I know neither is your team. He has agreed to... Oh, happy days. Got 3 people in the last 24 hours. 2 were arguing gatekeeping was a good thing to do, and the other arsehole was Dave Ramsey and got scammed out of $100. Dave Ramsey. Do I know Dave Ramsey? Should I know Dave Ramsey? Is Dave Ramsey a name I know? The radio guy. Like the Jesus mortgage guy. Yeah, I know the guy. I've seen him on the interwebs before. That Dave Ramsey. How did you end up with Dave Ramsey faffing around near? There's got to be a great story behind that, even if he was a twat. There's got to be a great story behind it. Oh. Okay. Oh. Yeah, these financial scammy twats are... And I mean this objectively, the worst. And should be shunned by society, ideally towards through a lake of fire. I don't mind which. Something suitably biblical. As you can tell, Bible studies is a strong point of mine. So I'm clearly capable of referencing the book fully. And I can. I've got it all stuck in my head, which is a long story. But even so, fuck those guys. Take your time. Oh, I haven't done my training focuses. Let's... Training intensity. Double intensity for those of you who are trying. Oh, I didn't go and get an assistant manager either. Oh, I'm forgetting how to do everything today. Right, assistant manager. Let's move that up a notch if we can. No. Alright, I guess we go down a notch and then sort by mentals. Oh, hello Danny Barham. Welcome to my club. You are an easy pick. An easy pick. Welcome in. He'll do. Where were you before? Where have you been hiding all my life? Oh, you were with me at St Mirren. Good. Good. Danny, you should have called. It's just a touch awkward. I was like, he looks really good. Why does he want to work? Because he's worked with me before. Because he was, in fact, my old assistant manager. That. I guess the club. You should be able to redeem it on mobile. You should be able to redeem it on mobile. There we go, I'll hit it for you, right. So, the rules of guess at the club, very simple. I am going to put a club into the goggle machine, and you guys are going to guess who that their club is, asking yes/no questions, And... oh, fair enough. I'm going to go with a reasonably big club, just to make it fun and special for all of you. So, yes, no questions, easy stuff. You crack on, and I will crack on with cracking on with the stuff. Rules out Spurs. Yeah, it's not a Spurs. Scottish? No. It is not Union Berlin. That's a very specific guess for question number 1. It is not Union Berlin. European? Yes. English? No. French? No. Top 5 league? Absolutely. It's not Italian, it is German. German is the answer. They are a German side. Top division, very much of the Bundesliga. It is not SV Hamburg. West or Eastern? Oh, you rely on me having some geographical knowledge now. Let's look at a map. Joe, that's very impressive. That's very impressive, Mariners, because I hadn't even got to finding out whether they were West or East German, but it is in fact... let's make sure I've got the right screen open. FC St. Pauli. It's a very good guess. Take a bow. It's the only prize is you get to take a bow, which I understand is making you do a physical activity, which feels like it's not much of a prize at all. But FC St. Pauli, you basically got it. I mean, did you? Very confused. But that was Guess the Club. Always a good time. Gets everyone excited, involved in the guessing. I was like, why does that change colours? Because we're in the Championship. My brain is mush. Right, I've just loaned out my backup right back. And I don't know if that was necessarily the smartest thing I've done all year. I'm sort of hoping he turns out to not be bad, but he might do. He might turn out to be bad. But if we can find a few quid, which we will do, we'll be okay. I will find another right back. Right. Cheston Laville, you have gone. What are you earning? You earning a lot of money? Oh, not a lot of money, but enough to get off the wage bill. That'll do, and obviously we'll teach the new guy to play right back in case we need him to. In comes a striker. You've chosen Sutton United over Millwall. Are you alright? That's quite a decision. Quite a decision. But at least we have a goal-scoring man now. Hoping he was the one that scored loads of goals for Bradford. He is a bit posher, son. It's a bit posher. Not actually entirely sure which part of London Sutton is. It was the guy that scored lots of goals for Bradford. Has he ever done it in the Championship? No. But he's done it in League 2. He's done it in League 1. He's done it in the Swiss Challenge League. Southwest in Surrey. Right, hopefully this guy is going to be the guy who scores the goals for us. Otherwise, I've just basically spunked a load of money on a player who was not really of any help. but I'm sure it'll be okay. It certainly won't be the first time anyone's seen me do that. I'm just saying. It probably won't be the last time some of you see me do that in the next week, to be honest. So, you know, there is that. I'm sure it's all okay. I'm sure it's all just fine. And yeah. What a great Millwall name, Charlie Commons. Absolutely. He sounds like a Millwall player, doesn't he? He sounds like he should be playing for Millwall. Oh, we're getting rid of Wigman. Lovely. That's one more off the books. That's always nice, just to get rid of an extra player. How are we now on the wages? 1.1 million over, but that's okay. I'm going to ask the transfer room to please find me a right winger. Oh, sorry, a right back. I say finding a right winger in Millwall shouldn't be terribly difficult. Find me an attacking midfielder. Imagine finding a right winger at the Den probably takes less than 3 seconds. What's happening, Mariners? What has brought you frustrations? Well, I do occasionally crack a footballing-based political joke. Sometimes I crack a political-based footballing joke. Sometimes I forget that football is what I'm doing, and I just make political jokes. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Right, Danny Barham's come in. That's a good start. I'm going to pretend I remembered who he was the entire time. Fine, we'll take that money just because we need it. Yusuf Sam's name. Well, I asked you to find me an attacking midfielder or a right back, and what you've done there is you've found neither. What you've done there is found everything except what I asked for, which was a right back and an attacking midfielder. I know it's confusing. It's really hard sometimes to get those two things accurate. But when you're asked to provide a thing... Oh, good. Danny can take over training. That's what we like to see. There we go. The dream team we forgot was a dream team is back together again. And I still need a right back. It's fine. It'll wait. It'll wait. Right, let's... do a little quickety pickety pickety quickety pickety. A hocusy pocusy focusy smokusy or whatever. Right, we've got a right back, a centre back, a left back is what I need to put on the bench, which is going to be Mwamba, I suppose. I don't understand why you think I signed Commons just for my health. Can assure you I didn't. We'll put him in there. And in fact, I think we'll start him. Up top. Got one extra a day per position on the in-room thing. Yeah. That makes sense. Right, hopefully we filled the 2 roles that needed filling with players who weren't awful. And that should fix us. And then we'll try and win the league. Actually, I haven't looked through the players yet to see. Which is probably a thing I should have checked already. Anyone who is over 21, I should be able to see if they love or hate big matches. So he's big match agnostic, which is a lovely example of that working first time. Facida, you are... also unbothered by big matches. You're just more games to you apparently. Jordan, he's going to be going in the summer at the latest because I'm not having a 31-year-old left back around. But committed, gives all to the cause. The fans love him. Relishes big matches. What a boy. Send a story in here. It'll be 2 long messages. Alright, go for it. Go for it, Benny. We're here for a story. Send a message on VGen, send proposal, ask communication on VGen chat. On Twitter, on an account linked to their VGen, sent me the sketch, approved, sent me the colours, approved, sent me the background, which they are generated. Time to finish the background, they asked my email address, sent file of files. Time to upload a VGen. When completed like every other commission, they asked me for additional PayPals outside of VGen. And for the background, told them I think it's VGen policy, open a report with them, open the report, claiming I'm underpaying them, claiming was the initial request proposed that additional changes should have been included then. Okay. That's dramatic. That is dramatic. That is quite a story. I've woken up to a red flag before. The easiest thing to do is to call an Uber. I know a joke doesn't help you right now, but it popped into my head and thus everyone had to hear it. I'm really sorry, I'm such a bad person. Such a bad person that my brain cannot process something being awful without turning it into a joke. Can we go to Alton Towers? You can go to Alton Towers. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you going to Alton. I mean, it's shut now. I wouldn't go now. They tend to only be open during the day. But if you'd like to go to Alton Towers, I'm not stopping you. First video general bot background. The second was the amount of money in the name on PayPal was different to the name of the artist. Yeah. That'll do it. That will do it. Right, I'm not seeing any big red flags. I'm seeing lots of players who like big matches. You think who's asking me if who will join them? Charlie, you posted the message about Alton Towers. If you're asking if I'll join your Alton Towers, the answer is no, because I don't enjoy Alton Towers. Oh, so it wasn't Charlie. Sorry, my brain was... Yeah, I'm not going to Alton Towers. That was essentially the upshot is I'm not going to Alton Towers. I don't find Alton Towers to be fun. But if you would like to go, you feel free. Tell me how much fun you had whilst you were there. But yeah, I am not an Alton Towers person. I'm more like a Chester Zoo person, or a Sea Life Centre person, or, you know, somewhere with animals rather than roller coasters. Talking of which, well, I can take some of them then. Because yeah, I'm not a roller coaster human. I found out the other day, this brought me so much joy that I should actually share it with you guys. I hope this brings you as much joy as it brought me. Let me find it on my thing. If I can find it, which I probably can't. Now I'm looking. Enjoy yourself. Here's what everyone thinks. Not enough time in life to miss out on things so other people's opinions. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not a roller coaster human. But if you want to, if people want to go party at Alton Towers, they should feel free. Is sort of what I'm saying. All right, what was I doing? I was looking for the thing I found the other day. Ah, there it was. This brought me so much joy that night. Enjoy the shower and thank you for lurking, Benny. This brought me a lot of joy when I found this the other day. There is a whole category on Twitch where you can watch animals. What are the other shirts behind me? That's a Swindon shirt. And that one's an Oxford City shirt. So they're not quite as exciting as the Pescara shirt, but, you know. Eventually I'll add to the collection that's behind me. Book, welcome in. I am good. How are you? Welcome to the fun. We have got a Wild Mariners in the chat too. Go see the entire squad is here. Go follow Book if you're not following Book. Also being National League North is crazy. Oh, don't Mariners, don't even get me. So, you're more than welcome. I'm glad I'm your favourite. Yeah, so the story about the National League North is because Oxford is the geographical centre of England. They are at the most mercy of who comes up or down. So they're always the team that moves, without fail. Another Tuesday. It is another Tuesday. It's very early for you, is it not, Book? What is that? That's 6:30-ish? 650 quid to watch Morecambe at any level is robbery, but it's certainly robbery at National League North level. Well, that's what I objected when City put their tickets up to £18 a match. I was like, what? 18 quid a match to watch the National League is not happening. 6:20 in the evening. My word, that's crazy early. How's the studying going, Book? How is the theology work? I believe it was you were doing, wasn't it? You were doing biblical things. That sounds wrong. Doing studies around things in the Bible, because doing biblical things has a very different meaning. I'm sorry, I reminded you of what I'm the worst. I reminded you of work. But, you know, also, it's worth studying because you guys pay way too much for school. So you may as well make the most of it. Way too much for school paid over there. Being classed and don't fight a laundry. Look, if you fight a laundry machine, you're just going to get hurt. They're much heavier than you. They're made out of solid metal most of the time. They may not punch back, but they will win. Look, I don't care who started it. What matters is that you survive it, right? If a bear attacks you, not that it will where you are, because I'm pretty sure you don't have bears in Pennsylvania. You might do, I might be wrong. I've never seen one in Pennsylvania. But if a bear starts a fight with you, you don't punch it back. You run away, because the bear's going to hurt you more than you'll hurt the bear, you know? You do have bears. All right. Well, there we go. You don't need, it's true, you don't need a bear to wash your clothes. You just need a cooperative washing machine, which I guess is similar. Oh, Mariners has done a guess the player. Let's just see if we can... Oh, I thought we'd defend that. We didn't. Let me do a quick pause while I find a player to guess. Guessing of the player. Mariners, would you like it easy, medium or hard? It's a question we always have to ask, because medium hard, okay. Medium hard, well. Yes, you can all guess, it's all yes, no questions. And it's the first player that pops into my head, so it might be a little bit random. I don't think this one is too... Let me... I feel like I should go with a slightly less difficult one than that one, because you'd have to be my age to get there. 1 second. Okay, not European, and it's not Dejan Lovren. Active player? No. Not currently. It is not Alex Ovechkin, unfortunately. They are retired. They are not Asian. It would be exciting if it was Alex Ovechkin. It's not a South American. I book you can sort of ask questions to help guide them with yes/no answers if you wish. It's not African. It is a USA, and they are not a woman. What's their name? Might help us. I can't do it. Simon, ironically, the first player I picked was Alexi Lalas, but I was like, that's too hard, so I changed it. Not a goalkeeper. Top league. They played in more than one top league. Not a defender. To be fair, I had no way of figuring out anyone would be able to... Like, every time I pick an older player, I just get to, oh, I don't remember who that is. So I picked a different one. So I went with someone not quite so old. Not American football. A soccer player. It is not Landon Donovan. This one, last I checked, still has most of his original hair. Did they play outside the USA? They did. They did play outside the USA. They are a well-travelled footballer. Son of an African. Now you're asking questions. Yes. In fact, I possibly should have said yes to African as well as American. It's not Clint Dempsey. Are they good at football? They were very good at football. Ex-Prem? It might be the only league he never played in, if I'm honest. May well be the only... Did not play in the Jamaican League, and Michael Bradley, I believe, is Canadian. It is not Weah, either Weah. Nor is it Christopher Ray, nor the guy that pretended to be a cousin who played for Southampton. Ali Dyer was that guy's name. But yes, definition. It is a forward, yes. It is a forward. And would you believe that, without any further ado, it is our Lord and Saviour, Football Manager legend, Freddie Adu. Freddie Adu was our guy. At 14, he was called the next Pele, and by 24, he was playing for Jagodina in Serbia. So that's gone well. And then he played for some lower league teams, and then he retired for 3 years, and then he randomly appeared in Sweden. So is he retired? Theoretically, yes. Is he permanently retired? We'll probably never know, let's be honest. We may well never know. He might well find a new club. He's not that old either. He's what, 36? You never know. Right, we didn't do very well in our first couple of games in charge of Millwall. I'm going to be completely honest, we may have stunk the joint out. But we also, and this is the important part, have not yet finished the transfer window. So there could be footballers that appear in the nearish random future, but we're not there yet. We haven't had anyone offered to us, so that's a problem. Could be worse, could be Leicester, it's true. It is true. Although things are not necessarily looking great for us if we don't put some wins together quite soon. But we'll get there. We just have to build up to that run of form. It's one person in reading and writing to talk football with, so I'm happy to be here. Or not one person. There's a few. You know, I'm around. Outside's around. I've been trying to encourage the... Well, there we go. More cash tonight. I've been trying to encourage my folks to wander over and see what artsy things are happening and all that. I do my best, you know, I do my best. Do I always do it well? No. Do I ever do it well? Arguably also no. But the important thing is that I try and encourage there to be some kind of crossover between the worlds. He's not showing me anything that says he's good yet. Mark Farley. I mean, you're on loan, so I can't have you. Luis Espinosa from Chile. What's wrong with him then? What's wrong with him? What's it going to say under the hood is wrong with him aside from being 27? I'm going to go with injury prone. I'll be honest, that's not terrible at all. I think I'll take him. Less money? Happy days are here again. He was very affordable at £400,000, so that's good. Give us an extra right back. I can hand it over to Ricky Martin. And the offer will be outside, inside out, and we'll be living La Vida Loca. He may push and pull you down, but you'll still be, and this is true, living La Vida Loca. The jokes aren't getting better, are they? Daniel Hager is going to join Nasprinul del KR, which means North Springtown? I swear to God, if I've got that right, if that means North Springtown, I am retiring from linguistics. Natsprin Udelite. I know, it's a weird side quest. What does that mean in English? It just means football league. Oh, it translates as football section. Nadspringer is football, ball kicking, and Delt is division. See, we're all learning a new language. Anyway, go do whatever you're doing there. That's cool. Enjoy. Benny would have known that. Benny would have known that and how to pronounce it properly, if we're honest. But I didn't, so... Good team, yeah. Yeah, good team. We're trying. We're trying. The important thing is that we've got some more money in and we've got rid of another player. So maybe I can spin that into something. I should actually just look at the transfer list, shouldn't I? Realistically, I should just be looking at the transfer list and seeing if there's anyone cheeky hiding there who's worth chucking a couple of quid at. Because you never know what you'll find. Certainly having a new right back can't hurt us. And you want... Hang on now. You weren't interested in before. Why are you interested in now? Who's trying to fight me for this fella? Elfsborg and Göteborg. Well, Göteborg are going to be in Europe, so that's not fair. I saw him first. Are you any good? Kind of. How much do you cost? Alright. Do you know what? We'll try for them both and we'll sign the first one. Cool. We'll go for 250k. See if they say yes, and then we can maybe have one or t'other, and then I'll check all the other positions I need a player in. One of them will say yes to us, is basically how I'm feeling. Right, De Boran is gone. Warrior Build Nation, have no idea which nation to pick. We have started a Gibraltar one. Poland is a great time. I am a big fan of managing in Poland. I did a series on my channel in Poland and I had a great time. But that was also facilitated by the fact that I got to have a look around a fancy extra class ground that was built for the Euros and meet a bunch of players and coaches and stuff. So that did, and I had a lovely holiday in 30+ degree Poland to do it. That was great. So was like the building of the nation. But I mean, I'm a very off the beaten track kind of FM player. So I will quite happily try and build anywhere. If you're going base game, I'm trying to remember who is in the base game now. No, I don't want to add a manager. That was not the decision I was making there. I want to look at add leagues. Add leagues, please. So Hungary's an interesting one because most of modern football was basically based on Hungarian developments. Latvia is an interesting one if you can get over the match fixing. Same with Lithuania. Austria can be quite interesting. So can Switzerland, because it's the only country you can really build two nations at the same time in. Stam is currently doing Wales and having a great time. Any of the Scandi ones are quite good too. I've never done the Vadouche challenge, but that's purely because in my head I know how long it will take, and it's very rare you'll see me commit that long to a challenge, especially like a standalone challenge, because realistically you're looking at 40 seasons, I reckon, to get that done. At least. At least 40 seasons. And like, you have to absolutely put together a team at stupid speed over the course of a couple of years. Jimmy Hammer. Are you a player I want to let go? Yes. Yeah. Take him, why not? And you can take him too. Cool. Excellent. There is some money coming in. Money is being made through the doors, which is great. Sure, you can play if Neil Godfrey leaves the club. That sounds wonderful. Enjoy coming in for less money than you currently make and having a good time. I'm waiting for Luis Espinosa to decide what club he wants to go to, because realistically, either right back is fine by me. So either right back is more than fine with me. They are just coming in to basically be a rotation option. And cheaper than the fella I just got rid of. So that's good. We'll do a little value check of what else is around. Once it's clear what other money is coming in, / what other players are going out and coming in and all that good stuff. Sand, Harmon. Okay, good. Enjoy. No idea why I'm being told about a player I didn't look at, but there we go. Barham uneasy with defensive approach. Well, it's a good job we won't be using one. Lewis Brunt's in the Welsh Hall of Fame. He's won the Cymru Premier. Going to get a drink, but don't let me stop you. It's important. It's important to put liquids inside your face hole. Not your nose. Don't put liquids in your nose. Put them in your mouth. Feel like I have to specify that for legal reasons. For safety reasons, do not put the liquid in your nose. Put it in the mouth face hole. Right. I am lacking a player. Do I have another defensive option? You're sort of a right back. When I say sort of, you're not. You can go on the bench. I know nothing about you, but you can go on the bench. It's going to be fine. We're going to go out there. We're going to work hard. We're going to fight hard for our lives. And then we're going to come out with our first ever win in charge of Millwall. and we're not going to get relegated. It's going to be fine. Show the world you've got what it takes. Just dig deep. Get a goal. Charlie Commons is going to score his first goal today. I looked at Marley, kids. Oh, if he scores today, I'll be so sad. Because he looked really good. We just couldn't afford his wages. Indeed, fight and win. Fight and win. That's how that chant goes, right? I prefer the I prefer to think of it as a what's the words I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? We just scored a goal. Oh, probably at least a minute. I prefer the Coach Taylor version, the clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Because it's true, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Don't wanna jinx that. Defence. Oh, he's bloody scored against us. Bloody Marley kid. I saw he's offside. He's offside. He is offside. It's okay. Marley kid moved too soon. Now come on, let's get goal number 2. It was a good decision. We're always happy with a decision that doesn't lead to us conceding a goal. Come on, across goal. Goal. David Clark makes it 2. We're cooking. We're here. We've got results. Well, I don't know where Preston are. Preston could be 23rd in the league, I'll be honest. There's a very real possibility that Preston are 23rd in the league, and this is actually the easiest game we'll have all season. They're 20th. It's fine. They are not in the relegation zone. So, therefore, we are doing well. It is a big 6-pointer. It is a big 6-pointer. Oh, Commons is injured. He's broken. He's got broken already. My brand new toy is broken. He's going to stay on. This is Millwall, son. We don't get injured. I don't care if your arm's hanging off. Get out there and chuck a bottle at someone or whatever. Do a stabbing. David Clark scored again. He's only had 1 goal for today. Today he's just like, do you know what? New boss, I'm going to step up. I'm going to show you what I can do. And what I can do is make you still bottom, but slightly less bottom. Which is nice of him, really. Yeah. Lovely boy. Let's just do more of that. Like, if we can get maybe 3 or 4 more goals, I'd be reasonably happy to say we might have enough fight in us to drag ourselves up the league. No guarantees, of course, but... And it'd be nice to get another goal scorer in the transferring window. But, you know, you cannot have it all, so therefore you must have it some, or whatever. I don't know. It's amazing I wrote a whole book when I can't even English properly half the time. I'm not saying it's definitely CTE, but it's certainly probably CTE. So that's a thing to look forward to. Praise the boys, and I'm going to skip the replay because I want to see more of our goals. That's what I want to see, is more of our goals, and then I'll be pretty happy. I'm going to leave Commons on until he either fully snaps. Rumour came out, so we'll be yapping with her for a while. I can't come back. A wonderful stream. Mariners, always great to see you. See you very soon, Book. Enjoy time with the roommates, and well, I'm sure I will see you very, very soon regardless. Potential groin injury. Lads, we have to talk about this. Don't Don't take Viagra before you play the football. It's not going to end well. It's just a pro tip. It's just a pro tip. Just public service announcements, just to help people out. You know, we've got to teach these young lads a thing or two to survive. Abdel Aziz Mashali has just scored. It's offside again. Oh, this referee. He can definitely have a little tip. Spurs had Xavi Simons jumping on the sideline after he ruptured his ACL. What? I'm sorry, what? Have they been fired? Because if they haven't been fired, I would have serious questions if I were a Spurs fan. Luckily, I'm not, obviously. But I would have questions. Like, I would be demanding someone was fired. Tried to get him to walk and jump it off. 2 minutes later, he's on a stretcher. Yeah. Like, I've done my ACL. And it's one of the most dangerous injuries you can do. Because once you get past that initial kind of pop, that initial pop and kind of pain, the adrenaline floods in. You do genuinely feel like you could just run on it regardless. Don't do that, kids. Don't if you ever hear something pop in your leg, don't move. Just don't move. Even if your body tells you you can, do not do it. Do not do it. I did it in a wrestling ring and I finished the match, and it was a huge mistake because my ACL essentially had to be rebuilt, and until I got that surgery, I physically couldn't stand up. Oh, Ronyan Gorski has been sent off. Lovely. Lovely. Should we play for some goal difference, maybe? Play for a little cheeky touch of goal difference. Because you never know when it's going to come in helpful. But yeah, I'm trying to think, that was what, 2 weeks before I got the surgery, because it was an emergency. And then I was on crutches for 2-3 months afterwards. Like, I was in trouble. It's not an injury I would recommend. I held a few titles in my... Nothing particularly meaningful, but yeah, the odd one or two here or there. Sadly, nothing that came with a pay bump. But yeah, I'd get given the odd, like, trinket here and there. Nothing of any particular note, like nothing that sticks in my mind. You just do sharp at a place, like, oh, we're going to put the belt on you. Cool, alright. Yes and no. There are some really, really good promotions in the UK. But there are not enough ambitious people running those promotions. Like, so I've said this. I've had a file on my hard drive for years. I know exactly what needs to be done to build a successful, nationally successful promotion in the UK. But I also did the math, and startup costs would be in the region of 100 grand. I'd make it back. Factually, I would make it back within 5 years. But, and then some, like solidly profitable. But I don't have 100 grand lying around, and neither does anyone I know. ICW has started at the Hydra a couple of times. Grado does his own independent thing at the Hydra as well, like twice a year, and he always sells it out. Every time. The Scottish scene is incredibly strong, always has been. Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If Tony Khan wants his promotion fixed, he's happy to give me a ring. There's enough people in his locker room with my number that if he ever decides to try and run a serious wrestling promotion, I'll help him out. But alas, the phone has not rung yet, so I guess he's content with being a distant number 3, which is wild to me. But there we go. Yeah, like I know in my head exactly how I would get that working. But I also know in my head that I'm never going to have the 100 grand to make it work. And it's a real shame, because everything I have in mind is scalable and achievable. Like, long story short, really, and this is like the overview of the overview, is the idea would be that I would rent a warehouse somewhere, convert it into an arena / training centre, use that as the central base of operations, but also get a license on it so I could use it as a gig venue or a nightclub or whatever when I'm not running shows. There would be a live TV every week that would go on YouTube, which brings in some ad revenue and shit too. And then every few months or so, I'd have like a big blosh, like a PLE, at one of the bigger buildings around the country. And I think I can turn that into a sustainable enough model whereby I can both fill up the TV every week at the main studio and then go and make the bank in the arenas 4 times a year to make it tick over. But I'd have to find 100 grand to get it going, and that's really where it falls down. Like, I know in my head who the guys would be. I know in my head who I'd have running the training, because it wouldn't be me. I know all of that. I know all of that in my head, but alas, the money is not there. 5 British wrestlers for it. The first 3 are very easy. Based on who is currently available, the first 3 are very easy. Mark Haskins, such a good worker, such a great worker. And I would obviously take the now former Nikki Cross, and I would take Kaylee Ray, because they're both incredible. Do you have Brad flex my hand to be a ref? I'll do commentary. Fairwall, sounds good. Welcome in. I would have Chuck Mambo. Chuck Mambo would get a shout because he's a very, very good hand. And I think Danny Duggan would be my last pick. I think they would be my first 5. They'd certainly be the first 5 I called. bonus shout out for memes. Memes would get a call as well. For sure, memes gets a call. Yeah, we'll have him. Oh, Martin Kirby. I like Martin Kirby. I think he's a very, very good talent. He'd be someone I would want as a trainer. They spent a lot of money, but their business model was good. Like, they were making money. The Water Culture Wrestling was making money. It was just that Water Culture as a company didn't see the vision. They didn't fully understand what they had. Because it's easy to forget that Water Culture wasn't just a wrestling thing. It was a whole pop culture thing. And they just didn't really see the vision. But the idea was really good. The model was really good. The money was certainly coming in. They hadn't properly nailed it down yet, but they were in striking distance. They were in striking distance of the model. They just hadn't quite dialed it in yet. Now, their biggest problem was that they had too much fly-in talent at once. It was too much too soon, and what they should have been doing was building on guys like Grado and establishing those guys first, and then going from there. Is he a player or not? Probably not. But they're the closest I've ever seen someone come to the vision in my head. But when I say like I know the vision in my head works as well, it sounds really cocky, and it's not intended to sound really cocky. But I first entered the wrestling business in 1999. I spent a lot of time talking to some very, very smart people. Like, I've done my time, I've paid my dues, I've learned my lessons. And that's why I can be confident that I know how it'll work. Plus, I've spent the time working in TV. Plus, I've spent the time doing live event production. Like what I often see with the UK scene is that some of the right pieces, or all of the right pieces are there, they're just not all in the same place. Which I always think is really interesting. There's a lot of people who've got the right ideas and have got one of the right ideas, but they can't see they haven't got the whole package yet. And so they've all got individual elements of the package. And if you could just get them to sort their shit out and work together, something really special could happen. In terms of in-ring or production, because that's two very different things. In-ring, I don't have a preferred style. I've always had the philosophy that you can do whatever you want in the ring as long as it looks good, it's believable, and it's safe. Beyond that, I don't give a shit what you do in the ring. As long as it looks good, it's believable, it's safe, and it tells a story, I don't care. because as much as it is a fake sport, you know, the way I always describe this is, we all know instinctively that if you stuck Sylvester Stallone in the jungle in Vietnam and made him fight his way out of it, he wouldn't last very long. Because he's not actually a tough guy. But you'll sit there and watch Rambo and believe it for 2 hours, you know? And that's always been the kind of attitude I've had, is it has to look plausible. And so, like, when I see, like, this is why I can't watch AEW, if I'm honest. Yeah, exactly. Ospreay versus Ricochet is the thing. It looks phony. It looks cartoony. It looks choreographed. It's garbage. And I think I'm being polite when I call it garbage. Exactly. Ryan Gosling is not surviving in space. It's just that little bit of common sense that I think people lack. Like, when I watch two guys in a ring together, I want to at least be able to suspend my disbelief long enough to relax and enjoy it without going, oh, that's stupid. Because I do. And I do that quite often when I watch, especially when I watch AEW. I just look at it and go, that's really dumb. And we used to have like a running gag when I was coming up, where like people had pitched whatever they were going to do in their match, or we'd be watching what people were doing in their match through the curtain, and you'd see them do something really stupid in front of 30 people, and be like, and not a single ticket was sold. Not one. And that's how I feel about Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay has never sold a single ticket. You cannot convince me otherwise. He has never sold a single ticket to anyone who wasn't going to buy a ticket anyway. He just doesn't have that talent. If Random Rock comes out to save him, I mean, maybe the Rock will come out and save him. But yeah, that's my big bugbear. Is I like everything I put into a ring when I'm booking. I like to be believable. And I like the story to make sense. Like I've always been a big proponent of, and this is probably because I started off as a writer doing TV stuff. I'm not actually working in TV professionally, but I started off as a screenwriter. I keep Bibles. I keep character Bibles for everyone on my roster. So like, I know what the relationship is between everyone on the roster in kayfabe, right? So like, I'm not gonna have one guy run out to save the other guy if they've just had a blood feud a year earlier and I've established they can't stand each other. That grinds my gears when people do that. It's really stupid. Like, yeah, we might have settled the fight or whatever. We've had our big blow-off match to settle the score. But that doesn't mean he's my friend. And if someone else wants to beat the piss out of the guy, you crack on. You know? People say Cornette's out of touch. The reason he's been so successful. Jim Cornette. So the reason Jim Cornette gets a reputation for being out of touch is because he doesn't like the wrestling that internet wrestling fans like. Because he says exactly the same things I do, that it should look good and make sense. You know? And it's not a big set of criteria. Like, the reason he started getting all this shit from the internet fans was because he reportedly told Kevin Owens, or Kevin Steen as he was at the time, that he needed to lose weight, get in shape, and stop wearing a t-shirt in the ring dressing like he was homeless. Brilliant goal. Wrestling was like, oh, we really like Kevin Steen, so Jim Cornette doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, well, no, he wasn't wrong. Like, Kevin Steen has done. People go, oh, see, Kevin Steen's a top star now, and he changed nothing. I think you'll find he's in much better shape than he was in Ring of Honor when Jim Cornette told him he needed to get in shape. Yes, he still looks a bit homeless, but he's in much better shape than he was in Ring of Honor. Cornette wasn't wrong. Yeah, that's it. He lost loads of weight. And that's the bit I don't understand. Like, the other thing he did when he was booking Ring of Honor, yeah, he carried on wearing the shirts so he can sell them, because that's good business. But the other thing Cornette did while he was at Ring of Honor was he stopped booking the Young Bucks, and he was like, why would I be flying in these two idiots from California to Delaware or wherever it was, when they don't draw any money? Nobody pays to see them, and it costs me $800 a time each to bring them in. If they don't make me $800, why am I paying $800 to use them? Which is just common sense. It's just good business sense. But because wrestling fans, or internet wrestling fans, don't live in the real world, they don't understand how business works, and it's not just about them getting their little flips and the people they want to see in the same place. They didn't get what Cornette was saying. It's like, oh, he's just out of touch. No, he's trying to keep this place in business. He wasn't out of touch at all. He was just trying to keep people in business. Yeah, and that's it. Like, my least favourite term in the world, genuinely my least favourite term in the world, is I really hate people who refer to themselves or to others as smarks or as smart marks, because there's no such fucking thing. It's like the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. No such thing. Just because you know it's fixed, you know a little bit about what happens behind the scenes because you read a couple of websites, doesn't mean you're smart. You don't know shit. You're not smart to the business till I can put you in the ring and you can make me some money. Adam Rose did have an Easter Bunny, that's true. But, like, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you don't get to call yourself smart until I can put you in a ring and you can make me some money. Until then, you're a mark and stay in the stands. Yeah, oh, it's outstanding. It's so funny. And the thing is, like, we've reached a stage now where we've got big companies so obsessed with trying to work them that they're actually just writing bollocks. Like, when you've got any notion of how storytelling works, you do start to foresee what the next step in a storyline is, whether it's a book, a film, a TV show, a wrestling show, whatever it might be. You do start to get some idea of what the next beat in the story is, just because you know how storytelling works. And so it's gone from a stage where they're not swerving fans at the, or with the outcome of getting a reaction of, oh, I didn't see that coming, that's brilliant. What they're doing is they're swerving the fans and they're getting a reaction of, that's fucking stupid. Why? Like, case in point, my big bugbear, the reason I've now watched my WWE for the year is that, and I said this whilst I was doing the watch-along, the logical place for Raw to open was to bring out Roman Reigns to talk about being champion and send Femi down to the ring. Even if he just points at him, points at the title and walks away, you're telling a story. There was no reason whatsoever I should be seeing fucking Jacob Fatu getting involved there, because you hadn't set it up at any stage in recent memory and earned that as a payoff. It was just bad. It was just bad booking. It was bad writing. It didn't make any sense, and not a single ticket was sold. And then at WrestleMania itself, I didn't feel at any stage like anything was being lined up for after Mania. Like, I'm not saying you have to lay out the entire story for me. Obviously, I don't want you to lay the entire thing out on the table for me. But I do want some sense of setup and payoff. Like, the only thing that happened at Mania, aside from Oba beating Brock and Roman beating Punk, was Finn now going after the rest of the Judgment Day. Nothing else, no other event at WrestleMania, no other match at WrestleMania had any logical next step to it. Like, you could argue the Vision losing with ISHO Speed. There is an argument that the next logical step in that storyline is that they would break up the Vision, but they're not doing that because they've just brought Braun back and now they're friends again, and it's just... oh... Books Mania, SummerSlam Mania. Yeah, he does. He does. And that's the thing. He doesn't carry them on. He doesn't carry them on throughout the year, but he also doesn't hand them off properly. I'm fine with you having 2 season finales a year, as long as you hand over. So, for example, at the end of WrestleMania, like for me, if I'm booking WrestleMania, the first thing I'm doing is I'm having a match for every title, and then if I've got time I need to fill, every other match, logically, the person that wins that should be the clear number 1 contender for one of the other titles. That's how it should work. So there should always be a sense of, okay, this story finishes here, but it's the start of this story here. This is how we're getting into Mania, this is how we're getting out of Mania, how we get to SummerSlam, and then the cycle continues on. And they didn't do that this year, and it was very annoying. And yeah, I'm saying Pat McAfee being in the main event wasn't logical. Right, okay, so here's my Pat McAfee thing, right? I understand that TKO wanted Pat McAfee on WrestleMania. I understand they wanted him on WrestleMania. And they seem to think he's going to be a big movie star, celebrity, whatever. People are going to give a fuck about Pat McAfee, right? I get it. They think that. He didn't need to get involved with Randy Orton. Just put him on fucking commentary. We're used to him being on commentary. He's terrible at it, but we're used to him being there. So if you want to expose him at Mania, oh look, Pat McAfee's a surprise announcer for WrestleMania. Problem fucking solved. Because he was never going to sell any tickets, so problem fucking solved. Just put Pat McAfee as a commentator on Mania. You know? Very simple. And yeah, the whole Hogan documentary 3-minute clips, just I cannot watch it. I haven't watched the documentary because I feel like I've seen the whole documentary now. Okay, so the other guy at the commentary desk, this has been a thing. So the guy who paid to be at the commentary desk is a sustainable fuels entrepreneur who's just a big wrestling fan, and essentially said, I'd like to be at WrestleMania as close as I can possibly get. Will you let me sit at the commentary table for $100 grand? And they went, yeah, sure, why not? And it has led to a real concern, and I've heard lots of people say this in the last week. Jim Cornette, Stevie Richards, Bully Ray, Eric Bischoff has said this. Dutch Mantell has said this. Shane Douglas has said this. And probably 50 people I've lost track of are saying this. It's only a matter of time before some billionaire turns around and goes, I'll give you $1 million to main event WrestleMania, and they rip their arm off. It's a very slippery slope that none of us wants to be on. Because if people who have worked for their entire lives to get to WrestleMania don't get main events, then neither should you just because you bought some fucking crypto bollocks or whatever. Anyway, that was fun. That was a lovely little rant we just went on. It was a lovely time I was able to provide with that ranting and that stuff. That's gone well. It's also midnight, and I really genuinely do have to go to bed because I have to be up at 7:30. So I'm going to find us a friend to go and say hello to. Who is out there doing good things? Femi Open Challenge. It will lead to Roman Reigns just by extra steps. Is your honest answer? It leads to Roman Reigns with extra steps. Surely Jack's not still live. Fucking hell, Jack is still live. Alright. Well, I'm gonna do a quick raid out because I have to go to bed because I have to be up in 7 hours. We will go and say hello to Jack because why the devil not? Thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow, I would imagine, at approximately the same time. But yeah, thank you for being here. Love you all very much. I'm going to hit the raid button. Say hello to Jack when we get there, and then we can all casually do a disappearing, possibly. I'm going to do a disappearing. I'm going to go to bed, but you guys can stay and watch Jack. He's on a stream where he doesn't end until he wins a league game, which is potentially a long time. I guess we'll find out. But thanks for being here. See you all very soon. Stay safe and have a good one, y'all.